Welcome everyone to our exclusive author column at the Corporate Law Journal. We have a special guest today, Robert Hanna, the founding and managing director of Kissoon Carr, joining us. Robert is one of the most high-profile legal recruiters in London. He founded Kissoon Carr in 2016 as a change of brand to the large global recruitment agencies. He also hosts Legally Speaking podcasts. So if you haven't checked his podcast yet, I strongly suggest to do so after this video. Thank you, Robert, for joining us today.
My absolute pleasure, Amy. Thanks so much for having me.
I've heard you have a reputation for helping law firms with key strategy hires and aspiring lawyers with career decisions. So today I prepared a few questions I would like to ask you.
Sure.
So my first question goes, why is Kissoon Carr more than a legal recruitment firm?
Yeah, that's a great question. We do legal recruitment for law firms, and that's a large part of what we do. And that's from the newly qualified level right the way up to the more senior ends of the market. However, and that's for law firms that are based in the UK, internationally, and around the world. And that's across all the main practice areas from a contentious, non-contentious footing, so corporate disputes, employment, etc., etc. However, there's a lot of legal recruitment firms out there in the marketplace. But what I felt when I set up the firm was I wanted to disrupt the market and do something different, to add more value to our legal community and legal audiences. So as a result of that, we have become very much content and careers led, as well as our legal recruitment side. So what do we mean? You very kindly mentioned our Legally Speaking podcast there, which has been going since November 2019, and within such a short space of time we're already in the top 10% of podcasts worldwide. We go out to over 850 cities and 85 countries, and the purpose of that is within line of our additional value add. We've had law firm partners, lawyers, legal tech influencers, startups of law firms, dispersed law firms, entrepreneurs, Amazon best-selling authors. We've had a whole host of people come onto the show sharing insights, inspiring stories to try and help educate current practicing lawyers and aspiring lawyers, and to add general value to the professional services community. And we have a bit of fun with it too. So that's something was one arm of what we do. We also host a wide range of legal networking webinars and seminars dedicated to particular topics. That could be anything about how AI is making a positive impact on the legal sector, what law firms are doing in light of COVID-19, and various other things affiliated to that. We run a very careers advisory-led, consulting-led part of our business. Recruitment is great, and that is obviously finding people and putting them in jobs, but a large part of our role is to really advise and consult our candidates and clients, because we're in the market day in, day out. We're aware of the trends, we're aware of what's going on, so we should try and educate and inform and consult our law firm clients and lawyers on making smart decisions that are right for them and their future careers and businesses. We do a lot of work within the diversity and inclusion space. So we partner with a number of initiatives around the world to try and help make a positive impact on the legal sector, as there's still quite a way to go. We help lawyers from a personal branding perspective. You know, LinkedIn is a wonderful platform for lawyers to engage and to get their stories out there, and to ultimately help win business and build their own following. So we give training, coaching, advice about how to best optimize that. We recently had Shay Rowbottom, who's one of the global LinkedIn superstars, give a dedicated talk around how lawyers can make a real impact using LinkedIn, and that's accessible via the Kissoon Carr YouTube channel. You should definitely check that out. And we host a whole load of exclusive events. So last year we had 2 real headline events. We did one with the wonderful London Young Lawyers Group, which was held in London at the Supreme Court, which had over 150 people from aspiring lawyers, current practicing lawyers, barristers, And it was a fantastic networking event, and a lot of people got value from that. We've also done work with the likes of the Society of Asian Lawyers, and co-sponsored their landmark 25th anniversary event last year, celebrating 100 years of women in law. And that was with the likes of the SRA and the CPS over here that we were kind of going up in co-sponsorship with for that sort of event. So we're always trying to put on really value-add, high-profile legal events to bring extra content and extra information and extra opportunities for current and future practicing lawyers. And the other thing that we're passionate about is philanthropy and giving back. So we're going to be taking part in the London Legal Walk, which has over, last year I think it had around 10,000 people take part. This year it's virtually, and we've recently invited the CEO of the particular organisation running that onto our podcast to help promote. So anything we can do in terms of helping charities or anything like that, we will do as well. I personally do a lot of work to try and inspire and talk and increase the conversation around mental health and wellness in the legal sector as well, as I think that's a very important topic. So that's just a few things just to give a sort of overview of how we try and do a lot more than just recruitment.
Thank you so much. That was a really detailed answer. I'm sure it helped a lot of people to have a better understanding of what Kissoon Carr really is all about. So my second question goes, could you tell us a little bit about how you began your podcast, Legally Speaking?
Yeah, personally, it was an idea. And what I've done with that idea is just taken action. I think one piece of advice to anybody, if you're thinking of starting a podcast, starting a business, starting a law firm, if you've got an idea, that's great, but you've got to take action to kind of execute it and take it on. So we started in November 2019. And at the time, I didn't see any real major legal podcasts out there or much content. And I thought that was a real gap. And we should be having a responsibility as recruiters who are helping educate and inform future candidates, current candidates and clients on the marketplace. We can do a lot more to provide regular content around interesting stories and topics. Now, of course, podcasts are everywhere, and I think they definitely are the now and the future. But we wanted to provide more information to our legal audiences. So we've done a whole host of different seasons. We're in season 3 right now, but we've had a range of guests from Olympic gold medalists who have now turned into lawyers. We've had people that have worked in boutique law firms and now in large law firms and talked about what the differences are. We've had people that have come from sort of corporate partners talking about their journey, and more broadly, and what we're trying to do is touch on important topics that are going to help people understand more about the legal sector, what's going on, through inspiring, authentic stories. And yeah, we've been overwhelmed by all of the support that we've had to date. So I'd just like to say a special thanks to everyone, yourself including Amy, and everyone at your side and the corporate law journey, because I think you're doing a great job, and we really appreciate everyone's support, because without you, we wouldn't have got to, one of the world's leading podcasts, topping the charts and Apple and everything else that's happened without this loyal support. So it really means a lot.
Thank you so much. So my third question goes, it's my last question, but not least. What would be your advice on our viewers today who are planning for their law careers?
Yeah, I think the first thing I would say is there's a lot of legal content out there in the marketplace at the moment, and you can perhaps feel a little bit overwhelmed and unsure where to start. I always say start with you. Start what's really important to you and what you want to do with your career. So what I mean by that is, if you wish to be a future corporate lawyer working on complex cross-border transactional deals, you want to make sure that you're following and researching content related to what you might be interested in, to make sure that is what you want to do, and take proactive steps to upskill yourself and get more knowledge around that. So why not reach out to a corporate partner in a particular law firm that you might be aspiring to do, and ask them to mentor you or to give you some time. And as an extension of that, I would always say proactively network. I'm a big advocate for LinkedIn. Anyone who follows me on that platform, I think that's a wonderful professional networking site which can help connect you with people. So definitely utilize that platform as much as possible to build your own personal brand to make you stand out. I think you need to do a lot more than just having a degree and some work experience. That's great, but you can go above and beyond to add extra value to the legal community. So are you working on initiatives that are going to be for the future of the legal sector in diversity, inclusion, legal tech, whatever it might be? I think that would be really important. Remember the O-shaped lawyer and what future law firms are going to be looking for in terms of that skill set. So make sure you're working around that. And the other thing to mention is don't get bogged down by failure. Failure is all part and parcel of the process. Everyone will get rejections. Myself, even to today, as a sort of business owner, entrepreneur, investor, whatever it might be, I get lots of setbacks, lots of rejections. It's all just part of the process. So if you're applying to law firms and you're getting rejections, try and learn from every single rejection you have, how you maybe could have done better. Try and get feedback where possible. Get people to give you constructive feedback, but never ever give up. If your goal is to become a lawyer, don't let setbacks, if you get poor grades or whatever it is you didn't quite achieve, don't let that stop you from achieving your dream. You've just got to be passionate enough to keep pushing forwards, and don't let the failures make you stop. And that would be one of the things I would kind of finish on, and give everyone a good chance to, feel free to reach out to me. I'm very happy on LinkedIn or wherever it might be to try and offer people time as much as I can to try and help you and introduce you to people in my network if that might be of assistance as well.
Thank you so much on your great advice. I know a lot of people will be very motivated to hear this. So yes, thank you again for your involvement in the Corporate Law Journal as an exclusive author. I believe our viewers all around the world gained much benefit from your experiences and your amazing advices. Thank you everyone for watching. I hope this video helped you on your career decisions or answer some of the questions you had, or even just to motivate you to achieve your goals. To find more exclusive author articles, please subscribe to our website at thecorporatelawjournal.com, and make sure to follow us on Instagram, LinkedIn to keep up to date with the latest corporate news. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Amy. It's been an absolute pleasure.